Welcome to the first ever championship version of The Recap. Today, we recap the BBWL first ever championship series between the Grafton Lake Sharks and the Wynantskill Vipers. James Acker would waste very little time trying to get underneath the skin of the Sharks by parking in Matt Morin's spot. Let's see what both the players had to say.
What, guys using your bat?
Don't worry, we can get you a new one.
Hope none of you guys use my bat. It's going to ruin it.
You guys gonna be able to handle this or what?
Just got a little.
All right, welcome to the first ever BBWL championship. The season started with 10 teams back in early spring, and now we're here to the final two teams, both with similar paths to get here. Very, very good pitching and timely hitting. For you guys, James, you're the 4 seed, not the greatest regular season, but you guys have showed up in the playoffs. What are you guys going to have to do here today in order to take down a team like the Sharks?
You know, we were counted out from the beginning. A lot of our guys, we work, we do other things outside of the league, so it's tough for us to play games. So when we are here, we show up just like we have all playoffs, so that's all we really got to do.
I noticed that you parked in Matt Morin's parking spot today. Maybe you want to just kind of give me an idea of what your thoughts are with parking there today.
It's your
Well, it
landscaper.
is free parking, so I pulled up first. My car's bigger than his. It was a big spot, so I just pulled right in. It's no one's spot. Now it's my spot.
So,
Your car can be bigger.
similar situation, you guys got off to a rough start. The first series you guys were just talking about it here today, the Grizzlies beat you 2-1. They ended up finishing last in the West. That's the division that James is in. However, as the season progressed, you guys played much better. Some big wins throughout the end of the regular season, and the playoff run's been fantastic. What are you guys going to have to do here today to defeat a team like the Vipers?
Just do our regular thing. We already swept the Vipers.
Fair enough. We'll get to it right now.
Both teams confident going into this one, and why not? Both on tremendous runs here in the playoff with timely hitting and tremendous pitching. Speaking of tremendous pitching, the Sharks would send Ethan Samard to the mound in Game 1. However, he would get off to a rough start walking Dylan Larkin. Next batter, James Acker. Big threat for a hit anytime he's up. He's going to walk, so Samard in a jam. However, nasty slider going to get Jared Lee looking. 1 out for the Sharks in the top of the first. Larkin been mashing all season, but he's going to chase one out of the zone here. 2 outs for the Sharks, bringing up Acker once again, who walked in his previous at-bat. This time, Samar going to blow the fastball up in the zone by him. 0-0 after the top of the first. Larkin to the hill for the home team Sharks, who earned home field advantage after the BBWL East won the All-Star game. He would get off to a little bit of trouble, though, early on as well, walking Samard. He would, however, get Childeros to ground out to Acker on a nice play. However, electing not to go for 2. That brings up Matt Morin. He's going to take this up and in fastball over the left field wall, and there you have it, the first BBWL Championships run scored. And he's excited. Let's take a look from the side cam here, up and in. Morin going to fight it off with a little strength, and he's obviously excited about it. Sharks would go up 2-0 at this point in the bottom of the first. That would bring up Nick Santiago, been a hot hitter for the Sharks as well. And he's going to rip this ball up the middle for a single to try to keep the momentum going for the Sharks. Their hitting has been by far and away the best here out of all the teams in the playoffs, and they're showing just why. Big play here, though, from Jared Lee. Larkin would go for the double play, which would advance Santiago. Next batter, Childeros. Gonna fight this one off, and he pushes this one out of the park. A huge homer here. That would make it a 4-0 game before Larkin would finally get more into chase, but the damage was done. 4-0 after 1. Samard back to the hill, and he was dealing. It seemed like every game he's played so far in the playoffs, he continues to get better and better and better. 2 quick outs here to start the inning. And And Acker would suffer the same fate. Let's take a look back from the side cam. Samard staying right around the plate, but also getting the Vipers the chase, which was big for him in this one. Morin seemed to have lost something during the inning. Let's hope he found it. Smart move here by the Vipers. They're going to try to preserve Larkin's innings. They're going to go to Acker after having a 4-0 lead. Santiago going to make it a 5-0 lead. Solo shot here, going to crush the ball over the center field fence. And the Sharks are hot early. Sharks didn't stop there though, because Ethan Samard brought his hit stick. Line drive homer over the left field wall. 6-0 now at this point. And the Sharks dialed in offensively. 6-run support for Samard on the hill. Acker going to blow one past Childrose to try to get some momentum back in the Vipers' favor. He would then get Morin to chase as well, bringing up Santiago. Santiago going to hit this one down the line. This one gets beyond the turf and would be ruled a single to bring up Samard once again. You got to be kidding me. This dude's on fire. He's dealing on the hill, and he has now hit another homer on the day. 2 blasts for him, making it an 8-0 game. Acker would get Childrose looking to close out the inning. Down 8, impossible task here for the Vipers. Not to mention Samard is just dealing. Check swing here. Warren going to eat it up. Looking to turn 2. Can't quite get it there. Runners would advance. No harm though, because Samard would continue to strike batters out. In fact, when this was all said and done, you're looking at strikeout number 8. No hitter nonetheless. 2 home runs, no hitter for Samard. And the Sharks take game 1 in the series, 8-0. Morin questioning the status of the Vipers, stating, "I thought this was a championship game." Basically questioning whether or not the Vipers deserve the opportunity to play the Sharks in the finals. He would walk Larkin, but he would then strike out Acker. Morin has been strong all season long, but a huge IBB walk here, and the Vipers would take an early lead in game 2. Huge moment. Check it out from the side cam. Larkin, the next hitter, he's going to go down on a nasty slider from Morin. Morin's been dominant for the most of the second half of the season. He would also strike out Acker. So 1-0. Bottom 1, Jared Lee, been strong for the Vipers in the playoffs. He's going to have to be on top of his game here today, facing the Sharks lineup, and a huge start for them. Samard remains hot. He's going to rip a triple here off the wall. Puts the Sharks right back in it here. Next batter, Anthony Childrose. Lee going to settle in, get him to chase here. 1 out in the bottom of the first. However, he would return the favor with an IBB of his own, and that would tie the game up. So now we're 1-1, and Santiago going to foul out here, bringing up Samard once again. And as you know, he has done plenty of damage. Going to do it again. Singles a run in here, making it 2-1 Sharks. Childrose going to foul out, though, to complete the inning. So we head over to the top of the second. Jared Lee going to hit a hard ground ball. Big play here from Santiago. Warren not happy with the velocity coming back to him. Nonetheless, an out. He would then walk Larkin, bringing up Acker, who would be struggling here in this one. His 3rd strikeout of the game. Then over to Lee with a walk. So a little momentum once again here in the second for the Vipers, because then Larkin would walk. Acker with a chance to redeem himself. But Morin all hyped up. Catches the slider on the corner. So now we are still 2-1 at this point. Vipers needing to hang on here. However, a walk, an IBB nonetheless to start the inning, and then another IBB, back-to-back IBB. So now at this point, it's a 3-1 game, bringing up the hottest hitter, Samard, but Lee gonna blow this one past him. And then he's gonna go ahead and get Childrose too. Two big, huge strikeouts here for Jared Lee. He would walk Morin, but he was dialed in enough to where he would put Santiago down and keep this one close. 3-1 after 2. So now the Sharks just 3 outs away from the first ever BBWL championship. They would walk Lee though, put Morin dialed in, gonna blow a fastball down the middle. He would get Acker then again for his 5th straight strikeout. 1 out away from a BBWL championship. But wait, the Vipers are gonna draw a walk and 2 on. Larkin would foul that off, and he would run this count to 2 strikes here. Down to his last opportunity. 0-2 count. Morin gonna throw a ball. And then another ball. And then you got it. Ball 3. Final pitch of the at-bat. 1 pitch away. This would set history. Ball 4. Bases loaded. And here comes Acker. Been struggling all game. But he too is going to walk. An RBI nonetheless. This makes it a 3-2 game. But not for long, because Jared Lee, he's going to walk too. We are tied. Bringing up Larkin. Huge at bat here. Ball 1. Ball 2. Keep in mind the bases are loaded. Ball 3. Huge moment here. A ball would give the Vipers a 3-run lead. The pitch, you got it. Vipers go up 6-3. Check this out from the side cam. Larkin trying to bait him in with the fake bunt. Whether it was distraction that caused it or just some slight struggles here from Moore, and he would finally get Acker to pop out. But at this point, 6-3 going into the bottom of the 3rd, and Jared Lee was refusing to let this one get away as he was getting the Sharks to chase out of the zone. He would finish the game with 7 strikeouts, and he would go the distance for the win. He walks more in here, but in the end, he would finish things up, striking out the side. Take a look back from the side cam. As we saw from Samard in Game 1, he was getting the Sharks hitters to chase out of the zone and gives the Vipers an opportunity in Game 3. You got it. The series is tied. No other way to finish the season as we come down to the final game of the year. BBWL Championship going to be settled here in this game. Samard to the plate to start the game. Huge defensive play from Jared Lee to get the out to start things off. But, yup, you got it. The Sharks continuing to swing a hot bat. Childrose going to take this over the right field fence and give the Sharks a 1-0 lead here early. Next batter, Matt Mooring, going to walk. Keep in mind, Larkin did start the first game. Not easy to come back and throw again later in the series. Double here, so now we're 2nd and 3rd. And Samard going to single here down the line and give himself an RBI, making it 2-0. Bad news here for Larkin, an IBB, rare for him. 4-0, and then Mooring going to rip this double. And that would complete a 5-run first for the Sharks. Not the ideal way to start the game out for the Vipers. Sharks going to send Anthony Childrose to the hill. He's had some key moments in the playoffs, especially on the mound. And he'll get Larkin to pop out here to start the bottom of the 1st. Keep in mind, Vipers home in this game. Acker Going to try to get things going here with a double down the line. But Chaldros would lead a strikeout. He would walk Larkin here, so 2 on. But he would get Acker to ground into the 6-3. And the Sharks would keep the 5-0 lead after 1. Santiago to lead things off for the Sharks. He would walk on 4 straight to bring up Samard, who is going to mash one over the center field fence, all jacked up. That's his 3rd homer of the series. And that would make it 7-0 at this point. Chaldros would then fly out to Larkin. Morin, however, going to walk. And Santiago would also walk, bringing up Samard once again with 2 on. And boom! Dude is on fire. Another 5-run inning led from Samard, who's been killing it all series. 10-0. And the luck doesn't get any better. Top of the strike zone, Lee gonna go down. Larkin would then walk. But Acker would go down on strikes here. Vipers looking somewhat overwhelmed at this point. We'll bring you right to the bottom of the 3rd. Last chance, final inning, still 10-0. And Larkin gonna try to hang on here and give the Vipers a little hope. You gotta love his heart. Acker gonna rip a double. Vipers not going away easy. That would score a run, making it 10-1. But Chaldros, as he has throughout the playoffs, gonna do what he does best. He's gonna stay around the plate, gonna force the Vipers to swing the bat. Larkin gonna go down on strikes. And ladies and gentlemen, here you have it. First ever in history, BBWL champions, the Grafton Lake Sharks. No doubt, the bad boys of the league. Got off to a rough start to start the season, but man, did they come on strong in the end, and they win the first ever championship in league history.
The BBWL, congratulations to the Grafton Lake Sharks. First ever BBWL championship. There you have it.
Look at that thing. It's heavy.
All right, why don't you guys sit there? I'm going to get a picture.
It's kind of flimsy, you know?
2001.
So the Grafton Lake Sharks take the championship series 2-1. As we take a look back, it was quite a playoff run. 8 teams started, down to our final championship team, the Lake Sharks. And there you have it. On behalf of the BBWL, it has been one heck of a season. We look forward to seeing everybody again next year. Thanks for joining us once again on the championship edition of The Recap.